What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, Luna Classic just made a move that we have been talking about for the last couple of days that I think can hold a lot of significance over the next couple of weeks, and I wanted to make sure that even though it's past midnight that I updated you as soon as possible because I do believe this is extremely important, okay? Now, looking at what is happening with Luna Classic, we have been talking over and over again about this 33.5 level. I said that considering the fact that, of course, we hit this level of support here, boom. We ran into a little bit of resistance here, boom, a little bit of support there, a little bit of resistance here, resistance there, right, resistance here. This 33.5 level is extremely valuable, and that if we're capable of crossing it, there's a strong likelihood of us getting a strong continuation back to the top side. I said not even that though. If you look at this thing from a structural technical analysis perspective, you can also see that we have this inverse head and shoulders playing out, which is much clearer on the 4-hour charts. Now, what that looks like is us putting in this left shoulder here, of course. Then we have the head here, which we can label as H, and then we had the right shoulder. Now, it was confirmed whenever this right shoulder came within this general vicinity of where we put in the left shoulder, it did confirm this structure for us. Now, generally speaking, on a pattern of this nature, what you're going to do is take the distance from your neckline, which is here, all the way down to the bottom of your head, right here. Take that distance and apply it to the top side of your neckline, and that's generally your breakout target, right? This is usually where your price will go if this is a full-blown perfect breakout. Now, considering the fact that Luna Classic moves so much off of news, I'm not going to say this is guaranteed, but this is, again, within the realm of possibility, which looks like another drive of over, 30 to 40% in gains here. Now, but, even that aside, let's talk about what we can expect now, because I think that things are about to heat up very swiftly, especially now that we've broken this level. Well, one thing we need to consider is that in the short term, a pullback is very likely, okay? Just understand that if you're going long right now, I don't think it's a terrible idea because long term, I say long term, but over the next couple of days, couple of weeks, very strong likelihood we do get some type of continuation up here. But do understand that in the short term, a pullback is very likely. You look at something like the hourly charts, for example, we just broke through a key level of resistance. We weren't able to break it here, we couldn't break it here, and once we lost it here, all hell broke loose. So understand that when the bulls have to go through a test of this nature to break a key level, they will usually need what I call a rest, which does look like some type of sideways trading or some type of pullback. Now, this doesn't have to happen now. It could go all the way up to 40 and then get the pullback towards 33. But this little pullback and cool down is very likely going to happen sooner than later. You look at something like the hourly RSI, for example, you can see that we have a case of exaggerated bearish divergence in which we put in an equivalent high here, but the higher high on the price. That just goes to show that while momentum is staying quite the same, the price is continuing upwards, which shows that this little slowdown may very possibly be on the way, which looks like sideways trading or a bit of a pullback before eventual continuation. Now, good thing is, the 4-hour charts, they are a bit overextended, but there is no bearish divergence from what I can tell. On the macro, we put in the higher high, we put in the higher high. Nothing to worry about too much there. We are extended out past the 70, which means that a pullback does seem likely. But on the 4-hour, no bearish divergence, and on the daily charts, we're also not seeing any bearish divergence, in which we are still continuously putting in some type of pull back to the upside here, in which we got a nice little reset off of this 38 level. So, considering the fact that there's so much room to work with here, we're not seeing much bearish divergence on the 4 hours, and we're also not seeing it on the 12 hours. That just tells me that we may need a little bit of a shorter term pullback, allow this hourly RSI to reset maybe as low as back towards 31 to 30, and then we start to see the continuation back to the top side here, okay? So personally speaking, if I'm going long right now, I'm playing it very safe. I wouldn't be putting in all of my accessible cash right now. I don't think that's a good idea. There's a chance that we do come back to revisit this previous high and then get some type of pullback. But if I'm looking to go long, I'm looking for another formation of structure like this, right? Now that we've broken the macro level, the important level, let the price reset, let the cool down happen, let the structure form, and then once the structure is broken, that's the new time to be going long here, okay? If you don't want to do that, again, you can go long here in my opinion, but it is much more risky. There's a strong chance of a short-term pullback at any given point, and you're going to have to be okay with seeing losses before seeing eventual gains. Now, do understand again, Luna Classic is volatile and it moves strictly off of news sometimes. So this can be impacted one way or another by good or bad news. So it doesn't have to pull back if some great news comes out. And it also doesn't have to go up if some terrible news comes out. So play it safe. Don't do anything too crazy. And also don't forget you can get $115 completely for free right now if you sign up and deposit on BitGet. If you deposit up to $1,000, you will get a 10% back on that deposit. So if you deposit $100, you get $10 back. You deposit $800, you get $80 back. Again, all the way up until $1,000. But with that said, guys, I'm expecting some type of shorter term pullback, whether it's now or around this 40 level. So I wouldn't be doing anything too crazy in terms of accumulation, but this was a fantastic step in the right direction. And I think this does open up the door for more growth over the next couple of days and the next couple of weeks for Luna Classic. So with that said, do stay tuned for more updates and make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you know exactly when I am going to be buying some more or opening up some more trades here on Luna Classic. Again, don't forget, go get $115 completely for free with the link down below, and I will see you all next time. Peace.